a sitting MLA from Edmonton, Rod Loyola. You've obtained exclusive photographs of him marching in a Communist Party parade. Tell us about this, comrade.
So I obtained from a source a photo of Rod Loyola marching in a Communist Party of Canada delegation. It was part of their Edmonton club. There's no set specific date or time when this happened. In the photo, Loyola is in the front of the delegation. He's wearing a black hat, black jacket, and black track pants, and he's facing forward. And there's about a few other people behind him looking to the side. There's one lady strumming ukulele, and you can clearly see the banner showing that it is a Communist Party delegation.
Are we confirmed this is Rod Loyola?
Yes, it is. According to my source, they obtained it through research. And Loyola himself, even though I did contact him, he didn't get back to us. Yeah. Okay.
So this is not Mr. Loyola's first dabbling with the Reds. It came out either right before or right after the 2015 election. A video of him, it was taken just after Hugo Chavez died, the communist dictator of Venezuela, where he was holding a strange kind of pseudo-religious ceremony for him, almost offering up prayers of a weird secular Marxist kind, praying for Hugo Chavez and the great things he's done for the workers' revolution and things like that. But now, just outright, I suppose some lefties say, well, he's not really a communist. Well, he was a communist, but I mean, I suppose I could try and dismiss it. But here he is with a Communist Party of Canada banner mere feet away from him. He appears to be leading at least the delegation part of that parade. It's not a good look, Nigel, but how much of a problem is this for the NDP to have one of their candidates, a two-term MLA, caught, no pun intended, red-handed with the red banner?
Red-handed? My word. Of course it's a problem. I mean, you don't want people bringing up an unsavory past. And let's face it, communism is unsavory. It's killed...
That's a controversial view.
How many million people have died in the name of communism? So, that's not a word that anybody who wants to get elected really wants associated with. We all have the sort of the peccadillos of youth and do silly things and so forth and so on. But I haven't heard that he's recanted of this. And I find it somewhat alarming that when he decided to go into serious politics, the closest thing that he could find to a communist party was Rachel Notley's NDP. So not a good look for the NDP.
Corey, the NDP ran an open communist in the last election. Anne McGrath, she was a senior NDP strategist for the NDP for some time, both federally and in Alberta. And she ran as a Communist Party candidate herself, actually, but in the 80s. The NDP never really addressed it then, but just try to dismiss it. It was the 80s. Ronald Reagan and cocaine. It was a long time ago. But this is not a long time ago, and this is a sitting current MLA. I've just got to wonder, I think it's pretty fair to make an equivalency between National Socialism and International Socialism, between communists and National Socialists. I've just got to wonder, what would be the equivalent reaction if there was a two-term UCP MLA running for re-election, and a photo emerged with them marching beside a swastika and a banner clearly associating with it saying Nazi Party of Canada or National Socialist Party of Canada?
It would be immediate cancellation, apologies, damage control done by the party. It would make national news and probably kill the election for the party that had that person walking with them. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, communism, that Nigel was looking for that number. I looked at the most recent, one estimate as strong was 96 million people in the last century killed by that vile ideology. And it should be looked down upon just as harshly when somebody is openly flirting with that sick ideology as with Nazism. But they they seem to get a pass with it. I don't think the NDP want this association. They're not thrilled to see that popping up there, but it won't devastate them nearly as much as it should.
Jonathan, you reached out to Mr. Loyola for comment and the NDP, but no response. Have they issued at least any, even if not to you, have as far as you've seen, have they issued any kind of public statement apologizing for Mr. Loyola's affiliations with the Communist Party and previous? I'm assuming they would say previous support for communism. I have not yet to date seen him repudiate communism in any way, just not openly talk about communism. Has there been any kind of statement whatsoever from the NDP disavowing or distancing themselves from this not very distant picture of him supporting the Communist Party?
Nothing. I mean, when I reached out to Rod Loyola for comment, he didn't get back to me like majority of the NDP people who I've interacted with. But I do find it kind of, well, I don't find it surprising because Mr. Loyola has a history of communism. You mentioned the event that he held with Hugo Chavez, but in 2007, he used to perform as a rapper where he sang songs. Well, he rapped about pro-communist, like communist leaders like Che Guevara and Fidel Castro and how much he admired them and how he wanted revolution. So to see this go along with it isn't that surprising.